Grief, it's one of the hardest experiences to go through. Loss touches us all, whether it's the passing of a loved one, the end of a relationship, or the loss of something significant in our lives. Grief is a natural and inevitable part of our human journey. But even in the darkest moments, there is hope, strength, and most importantly, healing. I want to remind you of something simple, but often forgotten. It's okay to grieve. In fact, it's necessary. So often society tells us to be strong or to move on quickly, but grief is not a sign of weakness. It is a sign of love. The depth of your grief reflects the depth of your connection to what you've lost. Grief honors the person or the thing that mattered so much to you, and by allowing yourself to feel it, you're honoring your own heart as well. But also understand that this process is exhausting. At times it's going to feel so overwhelming, like a weight that's too heavy to carry. There's this emptiness that seems to consume everything, and there's no right way to experience it. Some days you might feel like you're drowning in sorrow, and other days you might feel numb, disconnected from the world around you. Just know this is all part of the process, and wherever you are in your journey, it's exactly where you need to be. Grief is not linear. It doesn't follow a set path, and there's no timetable for when it ends. You might have heard of the stages of grief: denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and acceptance. But they don't always happen in order, and they don't happen just once. You may feel fine one moment, and the next be swept up in a wave of sadness or anger. That's okay. Grief comes in waves, and the important thing is not to judge yourself for how you're feeling or for how long you've been feeling it. Just allow, surrender to it. And know you don't have to go through grief alone. Reach out to others, whether it's family, friends, or a support group. Sometimes we feel like no one will understand, but the truth is, many people have walked this path before you, and many are walking it with you now. Allow yourself to lean on others when you need to. Sometimes just having someone there to listen, to sit with you in silence, or to offer a hug can go a long way. If you're more private, that's okay too. Everyone copes in their own way, but don't be afraid to let others know what you need, whether it's space or support. Grief doesn't come with instructions, and the people around you may not always know what to do or say. Sometimes just telling someone, "I don't need advice, I just need you to listen," can make a world of difference. So how do we find meaning in loss? This doesn't mean that we are expected to understand why something happened or to make sense of everything. Some losses are so painful and profound that they may never make sense. But finding meaning is about how we choose to live after the loss. After we lose someone or something dear to us, we often feel like we've lost part of ourselves as well. But I want to tell you that the love, the memories, and the connection you shared are not lost. They live on inside of you forever. The legacy of that person, that relationship, or that chapter in your life continues through you. One of the most beautiful ways we can honor what we've lost is by living in a way that reflects the lessons, the love, and the light that we received. Maybe you lost someone who was always generous and kind. Carry their spirit forward by being that way with others. Perhaps you lost a job or a dream that you thought defined you. This might be the time to discover new passions, new paths, or even a deeper understanding of your true self. Grief teaches us a lot about what truly matters in life. When we experience loss, we often gain a clearer perspective on what we value most. Use that clarity to guide you forward. Maybe it's spending more time with loved ones. Maybe it's following a passion that you've put off. Or maybe it's simply being more present in the everyday moments. Whatever it is, grief, painful as it is, often opens our hearts to a deeper appreciation for the time that we do have. Healing doesn't mean forgetting. Healing means learning to carry the love and the loss together without being weighed down by it. It's learning to live again, even when it feels impossible. One of the best ways to heal is to take small, gentle steps toward life and love. On the hardest days, don't focus on the big picture or on trying to get better quickly. Instead, focus on the small moments: getting out of bed, taking a walk, enjoying a cup of tea. These small moments, over time, create space for healing. It's also important to allow yourself to feel moments of joy again without guilt. Sometimes, after a loss, we feel like we shouldn't be happy, that laughing or enjoying something is a betrayal of what we've lost. But joy and grief can coexist. Joy doesn't erase the love or lessen the loss. It enhances it by reminding us that life is still worth living. Let me leave you with this thought. You don't have to move on from loss, but you can move forward. Moving forward doesn't mean forgetting or leaving the past behind. It means carrying it with you in a way that allows you to keep living, loving, and finding joy again. Remember, grief is not something to conquer. It's something to walk with. And in time, it becomes less of a burden and more of a companion that reminds you of the depth of your love and the strength of your heart. So be kind to yourself. Let yourself grieve, but also let yourself heal. Surround yourself with love, both from others and from within. And as you take each step forward, know that you're honoring what you've lost by continuing to live fully, openly, and with the love and light that was shared with you. You're stronger than you know. You can heal. I believe in you,